Hello! Welcome to DarkAbridgerEX's podcast, where we talk a little bit about life, shows, anime, movies, games, answer some questions, do a little voice acting improv, and keep you updated on what's going on. I'm your host, Dante, is the DarkAbridgerEX, and today's guest is...
Hey, I'm Zach.
Zach, this is Zach's technically his second time on, as in the original episode 2 got lost in the deep sea of the abyss known as stupid technology. Got him. So, we're gonna reintroduce Zach, since this is technically everyone's first time hearing him on the Spoodcast. Zach has worked with us before. Y'all should know who and what he does. If you've watched the Resident Evil 6 Abridged Spood, he was HAOS. Hey! And, any other roles that you remember off the top of your head that were, like, major, or did I just really toss you a bunch of side roles?
Nah, mostly just background stuff, but I'm okay with that.
Eventually he'll work his way up. I do have some roles in mind.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, like, you know, how'd you get involved with me? What's your relationship with me? You know, what do you do to get by and live and all that jazz?
Well, you know, we were running to school and I had toast in my mouth and we turned a corner and bumped into each other and, you know, I stared into his eyes and that's how we met.
Why the fuck was our origin story a fucking romantic cliche comedy?
Isn't that how it happened?
No!
You don't remember it happening?
You don't remember?
That's what happened.
I thought I would be the kind of guy that would have the toast in his mouth, but not you.
No, both of us had the toast in our mouth.
Yeah. I guess there's just something in this life you just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's definitely not what happened. Motherfucker. We met 10 years ago, and, it was something about Persona 4.
We bonded over the High M Daisy Persona 4 comic.
Yep.
That's what it was.
I showed him that, and then we clearly bonded over Persona 4, period.
Yep.
I still remember that he actually wrote about it once.
What?
Yes.
No, I didn't. I don't know what this man's talking about.
He didn't write anything at all. I was just pulling his leg.
No. I don't trust you, you son of a bitch.
What? I was just kidding, just like the toast thing. Anyways, so yeah, we've known he's had to put up with my shit for 10 years now.
It's been pretty terrible, I gotta tell you.
Yep.
I make do.
Yeah. You know, when you put up with my shit that much, you know, you gotta be amazed at what kind of toilets he's got back at home.
They are really, really powerful toilets, let me tell you folks.
It even comes with a bidet.
Even with the bidet. Fancy schmancy.
So Zach, what do you do now these days for your living? Like, what did you go to Cool Egg? You graduated from Cool Egg? What did you do for professional stuff?
Well, after I finished high school, I went straight to Cool Egg. Didn't know what I was doing at first, and then I picked up a degree in film, so I know how to do that. Work's been a bit rough, considering where I live, of course. But I'm currently in the process of finding someone who's willing to help me out. And that's about it, because I quit my retail job like 3 days ago. So that feels great. Not gonna have to do any retail, any bullshit around Christmas time, holidays. Happy about that.
He's graduating from Cool Egg, guys, so he's got to go from blue collar to white collar eventually. So best of luck to Zach as he goes on his freelancing days and get to move on to the good stuff.
Hell yeah.
All right, I think that should be good enough for the introduction for Zach. Let's just talk about life in general. I said, hey, what's going on? Zach, what's been going on in your life of this year, since no one knows what happened anymore?
I mean, it's been quiet. A nice, quiet life. I mean, literally nothing interesting has happened aside from my cousin graduated from middle school. That was about the highlight of my year in terms of crazy shit going on.
Well, then there was also you just telling us to quit your job.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely... It's been a long time coming, because it was only after I quit that I realized I wasn't happy there. Like, my coworkers were the only thing that kept me happy. You know, because my boss sure as fuck didn't care. And their bosses sure as hell didn't care, and the whole company in general just kind of sucked. Now that I think about it.
It's a blue-collar job after all.
It is. It is.
Stay in school, guys. Don't live your life doing blue-collar jobs.
Please, take it from me, it's not worth it. Get you something you like to do.
And, you forgot one more thing. You forgot that we had our Valentine's Day spent together. We spent Single Awareness Day together again.
Yeah, we did. It was a beautiful time.
It was a lot better than it was the first time.
Yes, the first time was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Dante?
Yeah! So, this year we watched Happy Death Day. We watched the first one on, like, Amazon Video or whatever, and then we went to go watch the sequel, because it was on Valentine's Day, and for some reason they decided to release it on Valentine's Day. So we did that, went to round one and did some karaoke and drinks, and played some House of Dead Scarlet Dawn. It was
We were pretty bad at the karaoke, but it was all in good fun.
I mean, I'm Filipino, I'm fucking great, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about that, man.
I mean, we did some stand-up comedy, that's for damn sure. Yep. So, pretty good, healthy Valentine's Day, Single Awareness Day, and not getting broke. That's really good.
It's super good.
Mm-hmm.
Also good alcohol. That helped the karaoke be good.
Oh yeah, and the alcohol is really cheap over there at round one, so
yeah.
It's good stuff. Okay, so over here since last episode, I did get to start my new job. It took a little bit because the fucking guy didn't give me like all the paperwork. So when I went to orientation, I had to immediately leave. So I finished all the paperwork, and then by the time I go to the orientation, they had technical difficulties. So I had to come in the next day to go to orientation. I'm like, damn, I'm spending so much Uber money just to go to orientation. Thankfully, they were paying me, and then I got to start that same week. And it's been an adventure. Like, I'm washing dishes over there, and it's simple, it's easy. Like, apparently I was moving 3 times the speed of everyone, so, you know, everyone took a real shine to me. I was kicking ass, and then, of course, I'm showing my moves, and I'm, you know, getting my groove on, and people are just like, damn, Dante, you're the real man. I don't care what everyone wants to say, you know, you the shit, you get shit done. So, apparently we got out within an hour after closing, which is a miracle for them. Which, I found out why. While I'm kicking ass, I got my ass kicked. I'm all drenched from up here to down here. And, like, it was to the point where I'm like, okay, I got home. I'm just gonna go put on new clothes right now. Like, and I was just fucking done. Like, that's how drenched I was. So, the second day, I got my ass kicked because when, in this, like, specific, like, dish work, you know, you have people who rinse the dish, you put it like this through this like kind of conveyor dish thing, and then people put it away or dry it up and all that shit. And then if it gets too full, it'll hit this button which will stop the cleaning conveyor machine from going. So normally when it gets stacked with dishes, you know, you have one person washing it, another person helping you set up so you can just keep going, and then you probably have 2 people to put them away so, you know, you don't get backed up. But all I had was myself and the 2 people putting away stuff, and one of them was too busy being Mr. DJ and not helping at all, and I was just getting fucked. I'm like, damn it, dude, this is not a one-person job. What the fuck is going on? So I leave to go take my break eventually when one of the guys gets over, and then I come back, and that guy who was gonna help me left because he was dealing with what I was dealing with, and he couldn't deal with it, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. And I see, like, this big cart full of the pre-closed dishes, and I'm like, we're not gonna get this done by 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, both of my closers left me. I'm like, hey? And I'm just like, So the kitchen crew comes to help me, and the manager on duty for the closing shift comes to help me, and I'm just like, oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. And he's just like, no, it's not your fault. You did what you did. We saw you working hard. We just saw that those guys were not helping at all, and they kind of ditched you. And they're like, we're gonna work something out. Don't worry. Just stick with us. You know, we'll take care of it. I'm like, oh my god. This wasn't a complaint story, this is a story showing that I'm in good hands with this company. Because back in my old job, if I had to deal with that shit, it was just like, oh, it's your fault, oh, you're like disciplined, oh my god, wow, I thought you were a manager. So, you know, while I got my ass kicked, and while I kicked ass, I also got, you know, pat on the back. So, the following days at work, it was pretty fucking stacked. Like, we had fucking 5 or 7 people there that day. You know, I had the people to help me put away dishes or get the whole dishes ready. You know, it was actually dead quiet. Even like on Friday, like I was there Thursday and then I worked Friday and, you know, we just got through it easy. I still haven't seen how Saturday was if we have that many people, but I would love for that good vibe to just keep going on, because otherwise, you know, it's not a bad job. I kind of have a biased disinterest towards Mr. DJ though, but, you know, otherwise, you know, works pretty good so far. It's not so bad. Other things we got going on was school-wise. We had both my exams recently. I did way better than I did the first time. My first exam was just like, ugh. But then my astronomy was fine. Astronomy was a piece of cake. I actually felt very confident about it. That's just because I already took the class before. So I got a 75 out of 100. So that's way better than getting 50. So yeah, I'm pretty good about that. Got my biology lab exam coming up, and I'm just like, geez, because apparently we're going to be doing the past 7 labs in one room or whatever. But, yeah. And then I did recently had the second exam go, and in the first exam I definitely bombed it. The second exam I had better confidence, but still had, like, some trouble here and there. I think the one benefit I'm having is having Sundays off. My work schedule has changed. Normally I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now I have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't have to work Sundays, so that can be open to school and / or DarkAbridger time, because usually around that, like, Thursday is like, oh my god, I have work the next day. Now I don't have to worry about that too much, but the other thing is I get to now finally go to sleep on time for school, so you know, still want to, you know, get my Patreon going so I can just focus on DarkAbridger in general.
Pay this man money.
And all that fun jazz. My classmate crush, the one who was really passionate in astronomy, dropped the class. I was pretty sad. I noticed she wasn't there one day, and I was ready to, like, sign her in for her, and then I noticed she never showed up. And then when I went to take the astronomy exam, her name was not on the list, so I was just like, oh man, now who's gonna yell at me when I'm working ahead in the workbook? Today, like, when I was just doing our workbook activity, I was just going through it all quickly while the chill partner was taking it easy, and there was just no one to stop me. I'm just like, well, this is nice, but I still miss her passionateness. I was ready to, like, ask her, like, I found out she was an aggressive driver, and I was gonna wonder, like, hey, do you drink? But now I never get to ask her that. I never get to find out. Oh, well. You know, there's still, like, all my other class crushes from, like, biology. And, like, one of them I do get to talk to, which is pretty cool. But, you know, I just got a boyfriend, and it's whatever. But, you know, I don't care about that anymore. I'm just glad to be able to, like, you know, be able to talk to some of these kids, you know? And class has pretty much taken a liking to me. I still hate that fucking guy, and he doesn't seem to, like, leave my peripheral vision. He once sat on the other side of the class, and that was fine. But ever since, like, this new group up pairing, like, he fucking got meshed up with, I don't know if he's really in this, like, there's, like, these 2 other people, the person that originally was next to him, and now there's one more girl. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? So, I don't know if they're actually in the group together, because I still see them all together, and I'm wondering if that's just whether they really were grouped up together, or if he's just trying to just literally just stick to his circle, and I just fucking hate him. I can't stop hating this guy. I mean, I'm obviously not, like, darting my eyes over his way, and I'd rather not, but, you know, that's literally it. Everyone else is pretty much fine with me, and that's cool, you know? Because, oh, man, I'm the freaking shit, man. Oh, yeah.
You should learn how to murder people with your eyeballs.
Oh, if I could. I'd have, like, Shinigami eyes or something like that.
Oh, come on, no, man. You gotta Mangekyo Sharingan.
On brighter notes about my biology class, my fucking teacher is just so fucking adorable. Like, she just keeps doing these things that are adorable. Like, a lot. She was making a lot of, like, cheesy jokes and stuff for, like, the for our lesson about, like, the immune system. And then at one point, you know, she was asking about, like, the function of a certain, like, cell or whatever, and I just gave her, like, hand gestures, and she gave me hand gestures back. It's like, yeah, that's what they do. They kill the bacteria, the bad cells, and I'm just like, pew, 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 and she pew, pew, pewed back. I'm like, stop, you're so adorable. Ah! And then apparently this
man just drooled. He really thinks she's adorable.
What? She is! Fuck, man, like, ugh. You guys just don't understand. She knows how to teach, and she knows how to do adorable. The latest case of what I have in my notes here was one time she had to stand on a chair to draw on the board because she's that small, and it was a rolling chair too. So we're just like, oh my god. And then she's like saying, oh, I'm gonna die. And that's not all. She also tops it off with, hey guys, if I somehow fall and hit my head and die, you can hit this button if you don't want to wait, and help will come right away. I'm like, geez, Sensei, you don't have any faith in us? I'm trying not to say her name again. I'm just like, no, how about you just get a spotter? That's right, maybe I'll have a teacher assistant to spot me. I'll get you extra credit if you can let me stand on you. I'm just like, no, don't say that.
Fetish unlocked.
Getting stepped on by Sensei. Nah.
Step on me, teacher-son.
I just want to watch out for her. I'll spot her if she gets on that chair. I'll be ready to catch her when she falls, and then, oh, Dante-kun, Sensei. Wah!
And then they'll have lots of hot, kinky student-teacher sex.
Maybe not.
Definitely
not.
Totally.
Last thing on the list is, today the recording is 10/14, but tomorrow I turn 24 again!
He is now 24-2, which means he's still the same age as me.
Confetti! Woo! Yeah, so we had my birthday celebration on the 12th on Saturday. Zach here was with us amongst other friends.
Yep.
We went to this nearby Japanese all-you-can-eat restaurant. It was pretty good.
It was really fucking good. Don't downplay it. It was really, really good food.
Yep. It was like all you can, like, you paid just $25. $26. Takai. And you have like your own table, and like there's like a electric stove oven thing to like.
It's basically do-it-yourself hot pot. They bring you the broth, they bring you the meat, you do the rest. Yeah. Really good. Really good stuff.
And I finally got to drink fucking
warm sake.
Yeah. I've been really craving sake for like a good few weeks, and we haven't really gone into any Asian restaurants that serve sake. And then when my parents ordered like from like a place that does like delivery, they didn't order sake, and I'm just like, man, I want some sake.
It was pretty good. I think each of us had a little sip.
Yep.
More than a little sip, definitely.
I definitely had enough to get buzzed.
I managed to eat enough that I didn't get buzzed at all. Like, I didn't even feel kind of like...
Well, you had the cold sake.
Well, yeah, but still, like, I had half the dang bottle, and that stuff's like 15%, 16%. I figured it would have had more of an effect on me, but it totally didn't. Probably because I ate all the damn ramen.
Yeah, I was pretty slow at eating it. Couldn't even finish my fucking meal. And then apparently after 2 to 3 hours, before I get to that. So then after that, we went to my job location to
redacted
to get my benefits. The employees get a card to, play games with like a preloaded set of chips. And then we also get mailed a free play card, which you don't play the ticket games with. So if I wanted to go play House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, I could play that free play, basically. But when we did go in, I got the preloaded chips, and I went to go exactly play House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn with one of my friends, and then Zach joined in, and then the other dude just wasn't really feeling it. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yep.
And then we took first place again, motherfuckers. We did actually the same thing back in round 1. So we got first place for first
top of the 2-player leaderboards.
Mm-hmm.
Felt pretty good.
Now I just need to take over the first player leaderboards, and then everybody will know my name. So
his name is Dante, guys. Just in case you didn't know.
And not to be confused with the demon killer. I'm El Dante.
No, I'm pretty sure he's the demon killer. Look, he'll say the demon killer's catchphrase right now. Yeah, there it is. See, Dante the Demon Killer has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Kill me. Time for number week!
Later.
Oh, so after that, Zach had to go. We were gonna head out to the city, and Zach was pretty pooped out. And, oh yeah, speaking of which, I almost murdered Zach when I saw him.
He did. He literally jumped into my arms, said, Zach-san,
No, that's...
daisuki da yo.
Okay, no, that is definitely not what I fucking said.
He even sparkled. It was amazing.
No, I walked, I stopped, I turned my head in his direction, and then I went, Zach-chan! And then I ran to him and went, Hoo-yah! And I jumped on him.
And I caught him.
Yep.
He wrapped his legs around my waist. It was very steamy. And I almost fell over because this big lug weighs like 2 tons. But I didn't because I'm a big boy and I have good legs.
And then when we found my other friend, you know, I was on the phone with him. I guess I could say his name. And then I was on the phone for him looking at him, and then I saw him, and then out loud in front of all these other people, Alex Kunyanaika! And I fucking ran. And he almost died too. Like, he said his foot saved him from, like, tumbling over and crashing into one of the lights.
No. He said that if his foot hadn't been where it was, he wouldn't have fallen over. So that was your fault.
Oh. Sumimasen deshita. So,
Hey, you get a Pepsi? Why don't I get a Pepsi?
oh. Sumimasen
The
deshita.
fuck, dude?
Sumimasen deshita!
You have to be a good host!
By the way,
Provide for your guests!
This
This stream is sponsored by Bebsy.
podcast, this foodcast is brought to you by
Streamcast, Beepus.
Also, yes, in case you haven't picked up already, Zach is live with us. Usually it's over on the phone, but today he's live because he's local.
I'm here.
Perks.
In person. That feels good.
Yep. Anyways, before we derail, so after that, Zach had to split, and then I went with my other friends to go to the city, and then my stomach got hungry. After all that, I got hungry again. It was like 2 to 3 hours when we left, and I got hungry again.
You know what? That's fair. About 3 or 4 hours later, I was like, dude, I'm seriously hungry right now. It's dinner time. And I was like, what the hell? Because I ate an entire hot pot full of ramen and, like, meat and bread, basically. And I was still hungry. Like, okay, so it wasn't just me.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So, we had to, like, drive around to the other friend's place so they can go get their stuff, and some of them had to get changed because Alex's fucking pants were holy, and he can't bring holy pants to the club we were heading.
But.
So, yeah, Alex wanted to wear holy jeans, but he couldn't do that because the club wouldn't allow that kind of thing. God damn it, Zach.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
Totally fine.
All right. So we had to go by everyone's houses and get stuff. And then meanwhile, I was kind of feeling woozy. So Alex took like 15 minutes or whatever. So I took a nice nap because I was getting pretty tired. Maybe call it the alcohol tiredness, or maybe just me needing my 10-minute or 15-minute nap a day shtick. So then we stopped midway to the city to go like get some fucking food and coffee. And when we my friends get me a cake, that's great, but then they didn't order my coffee, so I go up and I'm like, I want to get a macchiato. He's like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, can I get like some salty caramel or ice in my coffee? And he's like, oh, you want that kind of macchiato. And because I'm just like, oh man, it's gonna be one of those things where he's like, this is not Starbucks. And he's just explained to me what an actual macchiato is, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I'll just get the macchiato as it is, not Starbucks.
Damn, did you get bullied by a barista?
Listen,
That's so sad, dude. Come on.
look, it's the full circle. You know, I know where he's coming from. It's like when I used to work at Five Guys, I could say that now. When I used to work at Five Guys and people would talk to me like I work at In-N-Out and be like, I want to get the double. Sorry, what? You want a quadruple patty cheeseburger? Is that what you're fucking telling me?
Alright, that's fair.
I want to get a cheeseburger animal style. So
That's fair. It's like when people come up to me and they say, hey, do you carry this product that is exclusive to Walmart? And I'm like, bitch, this is Target. I cannot help you with that. Fuck off. I can say that now because I no longer work at Target. Don't work for Target.
in general, try to just avoid retail.
Yeah, in general, yes. But I'd say Target's catching up to Walmart for employee satisfaction.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Right?
So, yeah, I got, excuse me if I could burped, I got shamed for my macchiato choice. But, you know, I got it. I had cake, I had a burger there. Chili burger.
Excuse you fucking hiccuped.
That is not a catchphrase.
Yes, it is. It is now. I just invented it.
We are not making it.
Excuse you, you fucking hiccuped.
I just have to breathe normally.
Uh-huh.
Boom. So we got that, and then we head out to the city, and it's always nice going to the city. It feels like home, because I was deliberately born there. It's fun. So we go to the club, and it's pretty bumpin'. Like, they got the first floor, which had, like, the guest DJ or whatever.
Were they bepping?
Yep. You know,
They were bepping?
I think. I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
They weren't bepping?
What it's beppin'?
Dude, come on. How do you not know what the fuck bepping is?
What the fuck is beppin'?
It's a nonsense word that I made up like 3 days ago.
Wow, thanks. So, yeah, they were bepping on the first floor, and then they had like a more classic. Please hold. So we had people bepping on the first floor, and then they have an underground -1 floor where they had classic, more like, not like classical music, but like a more classic style of clubbing music, kind of like more than what I'm used to having at like fucking the bar that I used to frequent.
Like John and the E-Boys? Were they playing like John and the E-Boys?
No, like they would play with the button jeans, with the bird. No, come on, we're looking at her. Yeah.
She hit the jeans. Next thing your jeans, show you got jeans.
Yeah, so there was that. And basically, a lot of the shit that was playing on the upper floor was just, you know, a lot of EDM remixes of everything, which, you know, is my kind of shtick, because the way they were playing the EDM is my kind of EDM, because normally if they play...
Were they big build-ups to disappointing drops?
No disappointing drops. That's the part I liked.
Okay, good.
Because I hate EDMs with the shitty drops that they could have been like, wah, but they're like... That's not, I hate...
Or worse, when it's like... Like, you made my penis hard for no good reason. You're just gonna cuck me like that? You piece of shit DJ.
And a lot of them were like remixes of like songs that, you know, people know, so that was pretty cool. So it's like they had stuff that people are familiar with to work with and, you know, have a good time. I just regret having the first shot because they made me have like Captain Morgan, and I used to drink Captain Morgan a lot, but I really don't like drinking it without a rinser, and I didn't have a rinser, and so when I shot that down and not immediately rinsed it, I was just kind of just like... So...
Well, this you wanna...
Well, it was close enough internally. Because I was already kind of still feeling like a little queasy. I don't know, maybe it was the car ride. But, I mean, I prefer to shit.
I prefer to shit where you dance.
I prefer to shit in the shotgun seat so I don't get sick.
Fuck yeah!
So... Yeah, so I was still like meh, but then I saw they had canned Blue Moon, so I just drank that till I was drunk enough to start dancing.
What?
Yes.
That's a thing? Canned Blue Moon?
Canned Blue Moon exists.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
With like standard pop top cans?
Like this Pepsi
like
can.
Like a Beepus can?
You crack it open.
You crack open a cold one with the boys.
And yep, it's just like an episode of King of the Hill. Yep. So, yeah, that exists. I only had like 2 before I was drunk enough because that shot probably gave me like a boost. And then, you know, I broke it down on the dance floor. You know, some people weren't looking my way. There was one set of people that did, and then they brought me over and was like, do a live dance for her. I'm like, a live dance? What do you mean? I'm dancing right now, aren't I? That's live, right? And since I didn't get the message, they eventually left. I'm just like, what does that mean, do a live dance?
Did you figure it out?
No!
Oh, well, how about one of you guys comment and tell them what it is? Because I don't know what the hell it is either.
The only thing I could have figured was, you know, just there's like these ladies that showed up on like those. They had the square cube for ladies to dance on the dance thing.
Oh.
But I don't think that was it, because I don't think you can go on there if you're not part of the staff. So, you know, I wouldn't want to pull anything risky.
Maybe they meant like something really, really risque.
I'm not gonna give a girl. Actually,
Well, what if she paid you like $400 though?
to give her a lap dance. Actually, I'd probably fucking do it.
Yes. I would try, but I doubt a girl would pay me $400.
I'd be making some weird life choices, but it'd be the first time girls give me money to do naughty things.
Usually, it's the other way around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. So eventually, after a good hour of dancing, I took a break, tried to have some chicken. They had spicy boneless chicken, and I had some.
Somebody say boneless.
Yeah. And apparently we make that at my job, so I'm pretty surprised. So I was doing that, drinking some Red Bull, texting some people, and hoping my battery didn't die because I had my coat at the coat check, which had my charger. So I kept things that were important on me, like my phone and my iPod and my wallet on me. I already know what he's thinking, but yeah, he's gonna keep it to himself.
Yep.
Anyways, so, yeah, that was pretty much it. And then by the time I was about to go, Alex came up to me and was like, hey, everyone's feeling pooped out. You want to head back? I'm like, I want to dance for a little bit longer. So, we'll meet up maybe 1:30 or 1. And so I go out, but by then it's, the club opened up around 10. We were there about 10-ish. And by 12, it was packed to the brim. So basically, before I had room to literally dance, this time it was enough to jump like everybody else in the fucking room. When I tried to do some dance moves, I accidentally stepped on this girl's foot. I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I left. I'm like, oops.
Shit, dude.
But I got steamed on. I got papered on. Like they blew paper. I don't know what you call those. Big ass confetti. Yeah, those big ones.
Like confetti cannons?
I guess, yeah. Was that what they're called? Confetti cannons?
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know either, man. So I danced for a bit, and then I was like, oh man, it's too crowded. So I go downstairs to the classic one, and then the floor wasn't as slippery or slidey. It was really sticky. So I'm just like, I can't do my leg movements with this. And then after a while, I was just like, all right, I'm not feeling it anymore. All right, let's go. So then we leave, and then we apparently made a stop to towards the ocean. And I took a minute to enjoy the ocean. I don't know. When I get by the ocean, I get a little sentimental, a little feelsy, because the ocean at night, when it's all peaceful and quiet, just gets me a little emotional. So, yeah.
I get emotional for a different reason. We scattered my grandma and grandpa's ashes at the Cliff House.
So when you go by cliff houses, you have that kind of feeling?
No. We on Ocean Beach, where the Cliff House is. Okay. He's nodding his head, but I can tell he doesn't know what the fuck I'm saying. So every time I look at the ocean now, I think of my grandma and my grandpa. And sometimes I talk to them. So that's why I get feelsy.
Yeah. The ocean's a very beautiful and emotional place.
Yep.
It's
also fucking terrifying.
One of these days, I'm gonna bring my lover over, and it'll be the most passionate moment of my life.
It's going to be me, folks. Get your eyes off my man.
Please don't let it be him. Save me. And so Dante visibly covers his crotch and butt, and both of them, with two of his hands.
But he didn't cover his mouth, though.
Boy. So then after that, we just, pretty much head home, and I was pretty much done. It was a pretty good, birthday party. When you get older, you don't really try to make everything too big. You just try to have a good time. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, it's gonna be the actual day, and it'd be really nice if my parents took me out to eat for dinner tomorrow.
Wow, that was a really big waveform.
So, as I quickly silenced my phone. Yeah, so that was pretty much most of a generic, quick rundown of what happened since last month. If I recall correctly, there's nothing else in my notes. So let's move on to the next segment, and let's talk about some shows, anime, and or movies. So, Zach, what have you watched recently that between anime shows or movies? Don't talk about the anime we just watched. We'll get to that ourselves.
Okay. What have I watched lately? Shit, dude. I've been watching The Zoo lately on TV. It's about the Brooklyn Zoo.
Hey.
Or well, it's about a bunch of different zoos, but it's primarily about the zoo in New York. And it's just really cute because you get these really, really intimate looks at the animals. Like, you get to see what the keepers see. You get to see how they train them. You get to see, like, the babies when they're born. You get to see what they do for wildlife preservation. You also get to see, like, the San Diego Zoo. You get to see, I think, the San Francisco Zoo. A couple other zoos in, like, the middle of the U.S., and it's just a really cool, really entertaining show, and it kind of reminds me of all of the science and the animal shows that were around when we were kids, like Zaboomafoo and Amazing Animals, and kind of Bill Nye the Science Guy in places. It's really cool, and I would give it a watch. I think it's available on demand and maybe on like Amazon Video.
Did you watch Animal Planet a lot when you were younger?
No.
No.
I just happened to catch those shows, and they showed Amazing Animals all the time when I was in elementary school.
Different childhoods, different experiences, but interesting. Okay. No movies you watched? You didn't watch any movies this year or anything?
I mean, I've watched some movies. You know, I watched Endgame.
Right.
I watched I watched Happy Death Day, obviously.
Right.
There was a really big movie that I watched this year that I really enjoyed, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
I guess it was really that big if you don't remember it.
Just say names of movies.
Spider-Man, Avengers, some superhero movie.
No.
No, I don't remember.
Fuck. It'll come back to me. I've also been watching, I almost said My Hero. Little Witch Academia.
Oh, My Little Sandwich Academia.
Yes, My Little Sandwich Academia.
Wait, no, My Little Sandwich Macadamia.
There it is. My Little Macadamia Sandwich.
Yep. Couldn't stop making that joke during first round of this recording session.
No, it was very adorable, really. You should keep doing it.
Okay, great, because I want to... Nope, not finishing that sentence that I was about to say.
You better not. You better not.
Okay.
So it's a cute show. It's got cute world building. The characters are adorable. The bad guys are pretty, dorky, and also very dislikable.
Oh,
which is good. I like me a bad guy I can hate. And it's a lot of fun. I wish there was a bit more focus on the secondary characters, but for what it is, it's not bad, all things considered. And there's a sick Gurren Lagann reference in it, which is always definite plus in my books. Fucking love Gurren Lagann. How about you?
Well, I've finished watching the rest of Death Note since last Spoodcast, and like I said, it's been refreshing to rewatch it again with a new pair of eyes, especially since when I first watched it, I wasn't really I was a dumbass. But I do feel I could see where there was a shift in, how I was watching it. In the big moment when, L ceases to happen, the show takes a different turn, and I don't know, it was definitely more enjoyable for the game of, not the literal tennis game they had in the anime, but the mind tennis game they kind of had between Light and L. So, that was definitely a lot more interesting, because after that, it felt like it was being prolonged a bit between Nier and Mellow and Light, and it was just But, the moments still had their moments, and, I still enjoyed it for what it was. And then after that, I watched 2 Jet Li movies, because YouTube allows you to watch Jet Li movies for free. Just look up Jet Li and they'll show you that it's free with ads. So I watched Jet Li, Legend of the Dragon. Now, I couldn't really recognize, I'm not really familiar with Jet Li from the top of my head. So when I saw that, Jet Li was the father of this child, I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought, Jet Li movies were all connected, but I'm like, oh no, they're just one-offs. So I didn't really know how these movies work. Mm-hmm. So, the Legend of the Red Dragon was one of those stories about people rebelling against the government, and him and his son are just, training so they can go take down the corrupted government, whatever. And then, some people fight back, and there's some kids for some lighthearted moments, and kung fu kids, and some little bits of comedy here and there. I was just like, wow, this is a lot more wacky than I expected out of the Jet Li movie. But then I, realized like, oh, well, kung fu movies can get a little crazy. Mm-hmm. Like the fucking Kung Fu Hustle, but that's like the Kung Fu Crazy on steroids.
Oh, that's on Netflix. I'm gonna watch that when I go home.
Oh yeah, well, there's that. And then Kung Pao is definitely just out of this fucking world. It's a fucking parody. So I watched that. That was a load of fun. The English dubbing was cheesy as fuck. And, it had, like, really weird moments where, like, there was, like, this one guy who was like, yes, I'm going to go kill everybody. Like, he literally had one of those voices. And I'm just like, what? Gross. Because then he was like,
oh, it's beautiful, though. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Oh, look at these boys. Show me what you've got. I'm just like, oh. Yeah, so the dub had its moments, and then I recognized Wendy Lee.
You don't like when people speak like this, Dante?
No! Jesus Christ. I'm supposed to... It's like if it was like a cartoon, maybe, but this is like a real fucking person. So, Wendy Lee was voicing the main romance in that, and I was just like, I know I recognize her voice somewhere. And then, after hearing it good enough times, I was like, oh, yep, that's Wendy Lee. She was not credited in either of these movies, because the other one that I watched, she was also voicing one of the ladies in the movies. I'm just like, you're just everywhere, aren't you? So,
Did she use a pseudonym? Did she use a pseudonym?
No, they didn't. They did not have the English cast in the credits.
Oh, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yep. So, there was all of that going on. It had like almost all the kung fu cliche tropes or whatever, but it was pretty interesting to watch since, Japanese kung fu movies aren't just so straightforward. They have, some tricks and stuff, and like a fucking armored tank car that one of the guys that was supposed to be friends that got killed in the beginning of the movie comes back revived as a fucking fleshy looking monster who drives an armored spiky car. Like, you just see this spiky thing comes in and it just drives through and runs people over. I'm like, that's a car. He's driving a car in China. They still ride horses! And this guy comes in with the car!
That's fucking cool!
I watched fucking guys throw broadswords up into the air, and a guy just jumped across them like he was skipping on fucking stones on the water.
That's what I fucking love about kung fu movies. That's what I fucking love. It gets so goddamn ridiculous. Like, I've seen people jump off of the air. Like run on air. It's just... It's magical. It's fucking magical, and I love it.
So yeah, that's the type of shit you get to see if you watch The Legend of the Red Dragon. Some really ridiculous kung fu shit, and it's a good time. So, if you ever want to, it's on YouTube for free, just with some ads. Go look it up, Jet Li, Legend of the Red Dragon, and find the one that specifically says free with ads. Because those are the YouTube official movie ones, not the ones where people upload parts and don't get copyright struck somehow. The other one I watched was more akin to what I was expecting, which was Contract Killer, which had more of a story to do about a Japanese guy getting assassinated, and then he had like this whole preset like I'm gonna notify all these people in case I die, and they're all gonna hunt you down. So a bunch of mercs start taking up and solving the mystery of who killed him, and there's like the corrupted son who's like being like a main competitor in this, and this former army guy is the person Jet Li is playing, and he gets hired by some guy who literally talks like this. He's like that one guy from Bayonetta, the fat guy.
You mean motherfucking Enzo?
That's right, I'm talking about Enzo. Yeah,
I fucking love Enzo.
Apparently, the guy he's playing is a scammer.
Wow, who could have guessed by the tone of his voice?
So yeah, Jet Li's working for a guy like this, and he has a nice little daughter that's getting married to some rich guy or whatever, and then fucking there's like hints of like a subtle interest, and I'm like, wait, no, what? You can't make her the main romance interest while she's engaged. Now, what the fuck? Let me go take you out to talk to you a bit. Wait, what?
No, but shut up though. Romance. It was meant to be, Dante. It was meant to be.
They don't explore it.
It was meant to be. These things are ordained by fate.
They never really fully explored the romance part. It just there was brief hints, but it never got explored. Like The Legend of the Red Dragon, that one happens. But the fucking contract killer one, it was just like teased a bit, but they don't really cross that bridge or whatever.
Fuck.
So it was just like
Cowards.
interesting.
Cowards.
Very, very interesting. I mean, the focus was more on the father and daughter relationship of, you know, daughter being, you know, a little disappointed in her dad and shit. So, you know, this one was more up to what I was expecting from the Jet Li movies because it's in the modern day setting, you know, with guns and shit and assassins and, you know, some.
But did they run on the guns?
No, they had a whole elevator fight rolling down on like the ropes and spinning around on that shit and some bullet dodging and some crap like that. And
Dude, I love gun kata.
or yeah, so there's that. And
You should watch John Woo movies.
who?
John Woo. The man loves him some guns and karate.
John Wick?
John Woo.
John Woo.
W-O-O. John Woo.
Are you sure you're not talking about John Wick?
100%. John Wick is really cool. I fucking love... That's what it was! John Wick 3!
I made it.
Really good movie! Really good!
Okay.
He shoots people and the people die. It was made me funny. And there's this fucking assassin who takes up a surprising amount of screen time. He's like this Chinese guy, and he's like hella serious about what he does. And then he meets John Wick in person, and he turns into a total fucking loser. He's like, "Hey John, it's good to meet you."
What the fuck?
Seriously, like they bust a comedy out for this guy for no reason, and like I thought it was funny. I thought it was really fucking funny, but at the same time I was hella confused. Like, this guy's a professional assassin working for the Chinese mafia, but he still has time to be like, "Hey John, look, I'm a really big fan. I like you. Let's fight, please. You're awesome." And I was kind of like, "What the fuck?" But at the same time, it was a really cool fight. John Wick 3 is awesome. Go see it, or well, I guess pick it up on whatever your viewing preference is.
Yep. Last on our list is something Zach and I just briefly watched one episode of together, but I've been up to season 2, halfway through the season, is The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. What the Japanese name is, I haven't bothered to look up. I'm sure it's something hard to read, like, Saiki Kuso no Alien Sainan. There you go. There you go. That's what it's called in Japanese.
That's why he's called Saiki K. Saiki.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
You just had this.
I just figured that out. I just figured that out. I'm a ding dong.
So the anime came out in 2016 apparently, and
really?
yeah, it's pretty old.
Damn.
It's 3 seasons in. So I've been blah blah blah. I picked it up last week on Netflix, thanks to those friendly people giving me the Netflix. So I was looking for another anime to like watch, see if they had it, but they didn't. And I kept seeing Saiki K pop up, and I just, out of curiosity, scrolled my mouse over, and then they played like the preview, which was like that little introduction video we watched, or segment when he was born and stuff. And I was just like, okay, I'm invested. So then I start watching it, and I don't regret it. The show is fucking hilarious. Like, the concept is, Saiki K, Saiki's like, psychic. He has all like these godly like psychic powers, basically. But he tries to like live a quiet and peaceful life from everything, but life just keeps making him live life. And then sometimes he gets in situations where he's just forced to use his psychic powers, either out of his like, not because he wants to do it like some kind of cliched here, just because he has standards and morals, and he can't afford to like leave some things as it is or whatever. So it's a very interesting show. It's really fast-paced, and that's the part that fucking gets me. It's like, in Japanese, at the very least, everything they say really fast, and everything goes bam, bam, bam. It's like really akin to how I like to have my spoods for the most part. Nicely fast-paced. When it explodes, it fucking explodes. And I've been like I said, I've been on up to season 2 with it, and it's been a blast watching this. I've literally been sometimes just get a little too bingey with it. Probably that Netflix part of me kicking in or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch a few more episodes with Zach after this. It's definitely a good pickup. If you haven't picked it up yet, it's on Netflix. Maybe there's some on YouTube. Definitely gonna be on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on Amazon, but it's a really nice, funny, and quick-paced show. So, like, I don't usually like go out of my way to like really recommend stuff to people, but this is like one of those shows you're missing out on a good funny time. So, go ahead and pick that up, or I'll pick you up myself and I'll yeet you there. Unless we got any other anime TV shows or stuff that we want to watch, that should be at the end of that segment. Nope, Zach has nothing. He gave me one finger for that period of silence for nothing. Alright, let's go talk about some video games.
Someone say video games.
So, Zach, what do you want to talk about video games?
Last
Last time you talked about Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter World, Batman Arkham Knight. Yes, I just picked it up. Shut up.
And now, of course, no one knows that he talked about Monster World because that got lost into the sea.
Deleted, yeeted into the abyss. I guess Borderlands, but not Borderlands 3. Don't expect anything from me. And motherfucking Destiny 2.
I know you were definitely playing Destiny 2 a lot, now I think someone has to go pick up a Yakuza before somebody beats him to the punch.
I've got to race an online friend of mine to the end of the game because she's moving through it like...
Bullet hell.
Yes.
You only have 4 chapters left.
I do?
Yeah, that's how many chapters you got left.
Okay.
So yeah, pick up the fucking pace.
So, Monster Hunter World. Great game. New expansion just came out, that's why I got it. And it's like, when I picked up the demo a year ago, I thought, this doesn't feel like Monster Hunter at all, I hate this. And now that I've actually gone and played it properly some more, it's like, it scratches that itch. It's a total improvement on the 3DS games, the PlayStation 2 games. The maps are all connected. There are no loading screens except for the start and end of quests. The animations are beautiful. The models are beautiful. The weapons are amazing. Everything feels fantastic to use. And there are some pretty cute girls in it.
Of course.
What's not to like? So, yeah, Monster Hunter World, good game. Can't tell you about Iceborne. Maybe next time, because I haven't played it yet. Buy it.
What I do know about Iceborne is that it definitely requires you to have the base game, and it really picks up from where you left off, like level-wise. So,
yeah, no,
you can't jump into it new.
You jump into it from the end of like the second tier of missions because it immediately jumps you into the third tier of missions.
Yeesh.
And it kicks your ass, is what I've been told by my friend.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. No other games you wanted to talk about?
Well, I picked up Batman Arkham Knight like last month because they were giving it out for free on PlayStation Plus, and like, it's pretty fun actually. I'm enjoying myself a lot.
No, I figured as much because Batman Arkham was one of those games people really craved about.
Yep, it's a good game. I'm enjoying myself.
Enjoying yourself that Spider-Man, but in Batman, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's all I want to say about it though, because the entire game is like hella spoilery. So, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep just came out. Fun expansion, terrifying expansion, a lot of lore shakeups for the Destiny universe. It advances the overarching plot of the entire series. It gets really crazy. I feel like I'm like halfway through it now, and it's just like there's so much bullshit happening, and I'm like, oh my god. So I refuse to say anything else about that because it's a lot of fun, and I want somebody to pick that up and play it themselves. And that's it for me. Even though I want to say more.
If that's how you want it to be, then. Pretty much, as you guys probably would have guessed it, I was still just playing Yakuza 3, and just a few days ago, I did finish the game. I didn't get to completely finish it as I'd like to, because there are some side quests, mainly the sports ones, mainly bowling and golf, that I can't complete for the life of me, because it's fucking hard. Bowling, one of the side quests requires you to get over 200 in bowling, which means I have to get a good shit amount of strikes. And I was having a hard time doing that. When an hour passed, I was like, okay, I should not be spending an hour trying to do this. Fuck this. And then golfing, I already knew golfing was fucked when I just couldn't get everything in like a few shots. I was just like, fuck, I'm never gonna fucking do all the sub-stories in this game. Fuck it. So I did get most of everything else I could get possibly done within the time frame I was looking for. I didn't get to really I don't really get to see like everything the arena has, but having the arena still and getting as much progress as I could was still pretty cool in itself. A lot of the Haruka's requests, got as far as I could get her, because, you have to you have to like go to a shop and hope she stops for it. And you know, at a certain point, she just wasn't doing that anymore. I'm just like, okay, the only thing she'd probably make me do is gamble. I'm not gonna go gamble. Not like I can't gamble. I just didn't want to gamble. So, you know, eventually you gotta move on with your life. I'm thinking sometime eventually I'm gonna take a look at like some of the, you know, premium adventure, you know, post main game stuff and see what I can do. Because there's some pretty cool stuff on there. I just, you know, taking a break from it. The game, overall, still feels like I could definitely see it as the underdog in the series, but like having that mindset, like I said, has helped like eased into it without being like too let down by it. Like, you know, the story is gonna be meh because it was like I already got warned in Kiwami 2 that, you know, it's like a lot of good drama moments and some comedic moments here and there, but it was like really lacking on the action. Like, you know, when the action happens, it happens like a fucking cliched anime kind of thing. Not like what you kind of get from Yakuza 0 or 1 or 2, especially in 2's case. There's like a lot of like throwaway moments. Like a whole chapter didn't need to be dedicated to like this orphanage that was being run, and I feel like a lot of that clogged part of the game, which is why I like it. Probably would be great if I'd ever get to see that orphanage again. Not like I didn't like it, it just wasn't what the series is, kind of thing. Not like the series was called Yakuza, it's called Like a Dragon. But, you know, it just was really veering off from, you know, what people came for. But, you know, like I said, it was a shift in either director or writer or something like that, and you know, as I can guess from the sub-story itself, you know, they learned their mistake and then they make the masterpiece of 4, which I'm looking forward to at the end of this month. Combat-wise, you know, it's good to, like, go back into the old system of, you know, the Yakuza engine, because you go to the Dragon engine and you're just like, when you finally thought you get to fully experience the Dragon of Dojima style, you're just like, nope, we gotta go play with them Dragon engine physics and stuff. You know, it's like a whole different, like, set of rules and games and physics and shit like that. You know, it's got, like, the basic Yakuza formula, but it's not the same. So going back into it with, like, the classic Dragon of Dojima style really felt great, you know. Though, the only caveats is, like I said, my combat irks is the fucking AI. You could stand in front of the AI for like a good few seconds and it will just stand there, stare you down, and if they'll close up on you just a little bit, and if they get too close, you know, then maybe they'll take a swing at you. Or worse, they'll grab you, so then you have to mash your X button to get off the hold, and I'm just like, so annoying. So they won't attack you until you start moving yourself. So once I got like a few guys surrounding me, I started attacking one guy, then they decide, oh yeah, now we should go attack, and we're all attacking at the same time, and boom, you're getting like fucking butt fucked. I'm just like, thanks, assholes. It got really annoying at one point. Like, there was this, Cutie gets to do like some virtual reality kind of arcade gamey like thing to fight previous bosses again, and you get to learn new moves from it, which is really
you get to fight Kuze.
Zach, he's Yakuza 0 exclusive.
Fuck off, no. Oh, man.
It's not Kiwami, it's the original Yakuza.
Kuze's the best, though.
Zach's still stuck in Yakuza 0.
I fucking love Kuze, guys.
He's in 1998.
He's cool.
1988.
He's cool!
Finish the damn game.
Fine, Jesus.
But, so, you know, one of them was, don't you fucking do it. One of them was one of these characters from one of the older games, and there's like 3 of him because he has like 3 different weapons that he gets to fight you with, and it was annoying as fuck because, one, besides the AI just standing there, they block to fucking death. Like, one of the moves you get to learn is a double finisher. You know, you push square to do a rush combo, you do triangle to do a finisher attack, and you push triangle again to do a second one. And there's one specific combo you kind of have to do to break their guard. Or if you're unlucky and they're really persistent, they'll still guard it. And you're just like, fuck. And so I had to fight, with everything I just said about the AI, I had to fight 3 of this fucker. One holding a pole, one with claws, and then one with kung fu, in which one where he does like some air drop kick and shit. So it was really annoying trying to like attack even just one of them, you didn't have to take out all 3, you had to just take out 1, and, the health bar will go down. But, while you're attacking, you might get attacked by the pole, which is long range, and you're gonna get fucked. Or you get attacked by the claw guy, which is it's still close range, but you can't block it because it's blades. And I'm just like, fucking shit. It was so annoying. Eventually, I figured out the trick was, to get some distance, do the combo, and then hope you're in reach to the guy, because by the time you do the guard breaking smash, he just, takes the hit, and you're great. And sometimes they did let their guard down, and I was able to hit from behind. So a lot of getting around the AI is either doing the certain finisher combo where you can break their guard, throw them, dodge their attack from behind, and then combo wombo their back, which also just works in the game, all the games in general. Advice for you.
I've been doing that.
Good. And, so I'm just like, fuck, man. There's also this one move that I really wanted to learn, which was the finishing hold, where if you push circle after doing your first triangle attack, you get to throw them. And I was really looking forward to get it, but then I realized why not a lot of people use that in their Yakuza videos. The heat goes up really fucking slowly. I'm used to, the first bar, the second bar, in Yakuza 0's case, being filled up really quick just by, doing some nice kick-ass, but no, this fucking thing moves up like a fucking bitch, man. It takes, at least, 2 or 3 finishing combo moments to, get it even past. So the technical bar, how it works, they have the first bar, right? First gear. Yeah. So there's that bar, and then the rest is the whole heat bar. There's no second or third gear for the heat thing. But it goes by like this. You do a heat action with a fully upgraded heat bar. Half of it will go, and then you do it again. Half of it will go. But then that's kind of sort of ish what happens in the normal games, but if it wouldn't be such a pain in the ass if it didn't move up so slow. Even when you taunted, in the games back in Yakuza 0, when you taunted, your heat would go I'm doing hand motions to Zach from this to maybe this, or maybe look even this, right?
Yep.
But instead it's
wow, that's fucking nothing.
How many? I taunted the enemy at least 20 times. That's a guesstimate, to just get it to the heated stage, to get into heat mode, because it moves that slow. I'm just like, what? I mean, there's the final skill you get to learn at the end of the game on your heat thing. There's sections for it. There's body, tech, soul, and heat. And one of the last one is you get to learn how to charge it, so you can just hold it down. I'm
fucking Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I'm that's pretty cool if that wasn't fucking the end game stuff. But one of the nice perks you get to learn from the arcade thing is you get the charge. There's a certain move you learn from a similar clan of the guy, which when you hold it down, you get to do this nice palm strike that gives you a bunch of heat, but while you're holding it, you'll get more heat. So it's the same fucking move, just you can learn it earlier from the machine. But like I said, that guy was a pain in the ass to fight, so, you get your shit wrecked. So, it's just a little rough. Sometimes you want to lean on weapons, but unless it's bladed, they're still going to block it. Even when I was fighting against the enemies that blocked it, I just did a guard break, but they just re-guard, so it didn't even fucking matter. Yeah, the combat can get a little, tedious for that, especially blocking, the AI that waits for you, and then fucking, But, the only benefit is once you learn the Komaki Tiger Drop or the Komaki Counter, once you've gotten used to the AI, you can kind of predict when they're gonna attack. So next thing you know, the opponent's getting up, immediately Tiger Drop because I knew he was gonna attack me right away. And obviously if he doesn't, then it doesn't happen. You get to learn how to bait them out. There's a method to the madness to the combat once you learn it, but that still doesn't change how tedious it is. Or if you do a dodge attack, hit the dodge button, hit triangle, and you do that, they usually never block that. So it's just, there's some tricks, but it's still a pain in the ass just trying to fight some of these guys, At the end of the day, I still had a good time playing Yakuza 3, but I'm sure I'm going to enjoy, playing everything else after that to, like, you know, rinse my hands from the alright experience. Like, everything else in the game was still fine. The cabaret was fine and fun to play, minus the part where Yui took 300,000 of my yen to take care of her damage. And then I found out, like, last podcast, Spoodcast, I talked about how these girls don't feel the same. For sure, they're not the same. I found out, you know, after playing, like, through all the Kamurocho girls that all of them had their contracts expired. All of them had been modelly replaced by somebody new. Most of their aesthetics are still there, because, like, there are some cabaret girls who have a specific design that's in their written story, so the new girls kind of keep that. One of the girls literally just looks like a reskin, like a recolor. And the only thing that really was different was this tattoo she has on her chest. Other than that, you know, the biggest inclusions was, you know, Yui and Kana from the Kiwami games. But they're just substitutes. They're not, like, you know, in there. So everyone who keeps expecting Kiwami references are not going to get Kiwami references, because they're basically an understudy for the original girls. And quite frankly, I'm fine with that, because I saw what some of the original girls were, and I'm just like, nah. So, you know, that's what that is. And a lot of the other minigames still are pretty much akin to what we get in, you know, Zero, because it's like the similar engine. It's just obviously there's like a big graphics upgrade by Yakuza 5 and Yakuza 0, so we don't get like their rough transition from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 graphics. You know, that was pretty much it. There was, like, cool assassin missions, but like I said, with the combat being as it is, I literally watched one of their penultimate assassins just Majima dodge around me the entire time while I waited for him to, like, even try to attack, but he wouldn't attack, because he waited for me to attack, and then he would attack, and I'm just like, this is annoying. It's not hard to beat you because you're a tough boss. It's hard to beat you because your AI is so stupid. And then the final boss was him and his boss, and then he started attacking more often. I'm like, great, now I can kill you, because then I can also counter him, which a certain, like, the Komaki counter really fucking helps with knife types, with their attack patterns. So that happened, and I nearly died on that boss fight, but, you know, given how slowly my health drains, it wasn't impossible. So, you know, yeah, everything else about, you know, the game was pretty alright, as long as we're not talking about the combat and the alright story, you know, the clichédly alright story, you know, it's still fun. I still enjoy the world of Kamurocho for what it is, and, you know, doing all the sub-stories, because that's just, you know, that's the series. So
we should clip that and put it on YouTube as Dante analyzes Yakuza 3 Remastered.
Yeah. Nah, I don't want, like, if I really wanted to do, like, a full, like, analysis on the video, I definitely had, like, you know, an actual script written.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair.
And that's also for Zach to now know what he's gonna get into by the time he gets to that. So
in 15 years...
So, that's pretty much it for Yakuza 3. I'm probably gonna could resume playing the PlayStation 2 one after I finish all my bonus stuff on that, so I can get back to playing the classic one and enjoy the Dragon of Dojima style as it's meant to be. And then by late October, I'll probably go play Yakuza 4.
Yay.
And now everyone will finally shut the fuck up on asking, who the fuck is Shun Akiyama? Because that meme has been all over the fucking Majima posting, and I'm getting tired of it. It's not as funny as they think. Alright. That covers it for video game talk.
Yay!
Now let's answer some questions and answers.
He just took a big steaming dump on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that was.
Excuse me, I burped.
That sounded more like you were torturing yourself.
Yes.
Like swallowing a...
So let's answer some questions.
Let's answer some questions.
All right. Once again, we're still fresh. You know, not a lot of questions, so I'm still pulling out from my Ask FM. But remember, if you ever have any questions or advice or anything you want to hear from me, go ahead and ask. As long as it's answerable. Today's questions that I picked out was, what board games are worth your attention? Zach, what kind of board games you like? What keeps your attention? Don't say D&D. Pick more generic.
Fuck you. Which kind of board games are we talking?
Like, fucking card games like Uno, or maybe...
That's not a board game, dickhead.
Or fucking chess, or Sorry. Candyland.
Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
What the fuck is that?
It's a tabletop game. It's a board game. You put the board together as you go. You venture through rooms. Pick, there's a pile of cards. There are room cards, there are omen cards, there are item cards, there are event cards. As you enter different doorways in the house, you pick a room card randomly, you slap it down, as long as it corresponds to the level of the house you're on, because you got the basement, regular level, and then second floor. So you go through the door, pick a first level card, slap it on down, and you move. It's basically a randomized house every single game. It's a lot of fun. It gets really fucking scary when the plot actually kicks in. It takes a few turns for that to happen. You get this thing called the Doom counter, which goes up whenever events or omen cards are drawn. And when the Doom counter hits 10, you draw the plot card for the game, and it can be one of 19 plots. So I think the one we got when we played last time was the ghost of a dead woman, and we had to return a ring to her body, which is in the chapel, which we had no idea where the hell it was until we found it, and we managed to clutch that so goddamn hard. It was, all of us were dead except for one person, and we managed to slap the ring onto her corpse's finger in the chapel and finish the game. It was the most crazy, ridiculous shit I've done on a board game that isn't D&D, but I was just asked not to talk about that, so I'm not going to talk about that.
D&D's too easy.
It's too easy. I really like bards, though. Bards are my favorite D&D class. So yeah, Betrayal at the House on the Hill, a lot of fun. I've been trying to play Pandemic, really good board game. Think Plague Inc. or the Pandemic mobile or web game, but as a board game. But we've been playing D&D for a year instead of playing any board games at all. Right, card games. You said card games?
I said card games.
Fucking Joking Hazard, made by the guys who made Cyanide and Happiness. So you play a card, you place a card. They're all random panels. I think they're from the comics. Some of them are original. So you play a card. Other people have to add 2 cards to that. So they can either add it 2 in front of the card, with your card in between, or on the end of your card. So they basically make their own 3-panel comic. Whoever's is the funniest fucking wins. I made a lot of suicide jokes.
Jesus Christ.
It was terrible. Everybody loved it. They were laughing their heads off. I won the game. It's really fucked up. It's Cards Against Humanity, but a comic book, more or less. So if you've got the cash, go on down to your local game store or to your local whatever the fuck sells it store and buy Joking Hazard. Really good. Best in groups of 4 or more.
In this edition of Games Part 2, the board game edition, is what I just realized by picking this question.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, Dante, what kind of board games you like? Well, I like Candyland and Sorry. And
if you ask me to play Monopoly, I'll cut your arms off and kill you.
How'd you know that?
That's how I would react if someone asked me to play Monopoly.
Yup. Solitaire, yep, that's a good one.
Solitaire's fun. Oh yeah, baby. Give me that solitary card action.
Yup. Yeah, I like a lot more simple board games. That's why I'm thinking to myself while Zach's going about these really cool exciting board games. I'm like, I like Candyland and Sorry. As you can tell, one of us actually plays board games, and the other one only does it because when it's there at somebody else's house or at the daycare.
Well, it's just a funny little inversion of how I spent about 5 minutes talking about video games, and you went Zach, I'm going to read you my video essay script for Yakuza 3.
My short, brief video essay script.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tables have turned.
Yep. No, the only, like, other card game, if we're going to go to card games, I can think about is the fucking, this Rick and Morty card game that's, based off one of the episodes in the show where there's supposed to be, like, only 6 people in the house, but there's a parasite that keeps making keeps making people remembering things that didn't actually happen. They're in play.
Cousin.
That's where Cousin Nikki comes from.
There it is.
It's somewhere in my room, but I can't find it, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head because it's a Rick pun, and, nope. Don't go digging through my room now.
I'll go digging through your room all I want.
But
Hey!
yeah, so there's a card game for that, and, people get to play, and, about as much as the Smith family is, or, groups of 4 or 3, 4 or 3 or more, adds more layers to it, and, it's just a matter of, you have, you have the characters on the table, depending on the version you play. I don't know. It's going to be really complicated to explain because there's a simple version and then there's a hardcore version. But it's basically a reenactment of the episode where you're trying to find out who's real and who's a parasite. And, you want to get rid of all the parasites and then make sure that you're done with that and, finish the game. That's the basic short version of that, because otherwise if I try to go into more of the rules and details, I'll get confused again. Because depending on the version, you're either playing, to just eliminate parasites as a team, or you work with the parasites. So it's pretty tough. But that's about as closest to any non-generic card games that I've played.
Alright.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I just thought of another board game. It's called The Sheriff of Nottingham. So, it's like a 4 or 5 person game where 4 people are trying to be people trying to take things into the market of Nottingham to sell, and 1 person is the sheriff who has to check their bags, air quotes, and see if they're lying about what they're trying to bring in so they don't make more money than they're intending, than they're supposed to. And basically it's just one giant fat game of lying. It's a lot of fun, especially because I lied super hard in the first round. Everybody called me on it, and from that moment on, I did absolutely nothing but tell the truth about what I had. Everyone got really fucking pissed off at me too, because I wasn't lying at all. I would always sit there with a big suspicious grin on my face going... And they would call me out to be like, Zach, you're fucking lying. Show me what's in your satchel. Show me you're selling more shit than you actually are. And I'd be like, okay, Sheriff, here you go. And I would just sit there with this big, dumb, shit-eating grin on my fucking face.
Your troll face.
My troll face. And they would be like, God damn it, Zach.
Why were you right?
Why are you right, you liar? You goddamn not liar. It's a fun game, especially if you can, bluff. But I'm not good at bluffing, so I just, play it straight and true and piss everyone off that way. So I would recommend that too. Sheriff of Nottingham. Get it at your local game store.
And I think that's pretty much it, because that all I had was the Rick and Morty stuff. Mm-hmm. So let's get on to the next question. Does your name have a meaning? What is it? Mic emoji. I literally copied it straight out of the Ask FM. I didn't change the question at all. They put a mic emoji. So, Zach, what does your name mean?
My full name, which I will not tell you for obvious reasons, means God has remembered. It's pretty cool. I don't know what he's remembered, because I know I sure as hell don't remember anything. But that's what it means.
My name means endurance. My name means endurance.
Oh, yeah.
My name means endurance.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I live up to the name.
Yes, he does. I can personally attest to that.
Well, that's all for the questions. That was a real quick one. All right, now for the next one. What would you do if this situational improv, where unless someone actually finally comments something, I think of something that 2 people can improv about, situationally, and we go off from that. So, because of the day of this recording, my birthday's relevant and recent, I decided that the situational improv should be about a surprise birthday attack. So, Zach, you're gonna be... throat. One of my many friends who are planning a surprise birthday party for me, and I have absolutely no clue that you're planning this surprise birthday party, except now I'm having my suspicions. So I start making my way from school, heading home, and I suspect you. Oh, no. Oh, no. So then I ask you questions, and you deflect them back like we're in a tennis match. Pong.
That's the tennis racket. That's the serve.
So yeah, you're gonna do your best to at first you're gonna try to keep me away from I'm gonna be suspicious, and I'm gonna be persistent about it, but you're gonna still try to keep me at bay, be like, oh, there's nothing going on. And then eventually, we are gonna reach a point where I am gonna discover it. I'm gonna point out, what the fuck is this? And you're gonna try to explain it. So it sounds like the reverse version of the last skit, where, the customer came in, they saw those weird items, objects, and questions. So now I'm gonna be the guy who's gonna be doing a lot of the questioning. Oh. And it's your turn to bullshit shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so watch out. I'm gonna throw some fucking basketball references at you. Shit. I'm not gonna toss basketball references at him, because he did that at me, and I had no fucking idea what to work with.
He's gonna make free throws basketball references at me. He's gonna fuck me. With his basketball trivia.
No. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna go take a breathe, and... I'll start the scene. All right, Zach, let's go head on home.
I gotta go take care of something real quick.
Where are you going, Zach?
I'm just gonna, I gotta head to the government records building. I gotta get my birth certificate reprinted.
Your birth certificate reprinted? What happened to your original birth certificate?
It got, my dog ate it. It got eaten by my dog.
You expect me to believe that your fucking dog ate your birth certificate?
No, okay, I accidentally tossed it into the fire. I wasn't paying attention.
What the fuck? That is a very important document. How could you toss it?
Look, I was sorting through things in the living room, and I was cold, and I was like, shit, dude, I need to burn something. So I set it on fire, and I put it in the fireplace on the logs, and I didn't look at it because I was in the middle of sorting a bunch of junk papers, and it got mixed in the pile. Okay, I gotta go get it. Okay.
Okay, but I'm heading home, and gee whiz, I sure hope that my home is normal as fuck.
Your home's plenty normal. What's not normal is my home, because I'm a fool.
I see that, because you burn your own certificate papers. Well, 5 minutes later. Gee whiz, I'm home. Zach, what are you doing at my house?
I figured I'd stop by now that I have my birth certificate again.
You brought your birth certificate to my house?
Well, your house was on the way home, so I figured I'd stop in and say hello.
My house is on a hill by itself, and yours is in the middle of 3 towns. How?
Birth certificate office is way on the other side of this hill. I had to climb the whole hill to get to your house to get to my house, so I figured I might as well stop in.
What? With the hill and the nature and the forest and the potential animals that are out there? How?
What? Friendship triumphs over all obstacles. I wanted to see my good buddy.
Even nature?
Yeah. It's not that much of a trek up here. Come on.
Uh-huh. Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go input my code to get inside the house. Beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. All right. Are you coming in? Are you gonna go be a guest in my house since you seem to have walked your way through fucking nature to get here?
Yeah. I'd love to be a guest in your house, please.
Okay. Hits red button. Garage door stops. Goes back up again because the bitch is glitched. Give me a minute.
Okay. I know a guy. He could fix that.
Really? Because I would like that. This thing is fucking cursed.
Yeah, sure. We'll use his number later.
Well, garage door is almost closed. Fucking hate this thing. Twisting Dob. Are? すみません.
Puts arm around Dante.
What the fuck happened to my house? What is this?
It's nothing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wanna explain all these fucking balloons that have obscure anime characters on it that I like?
I brought some balloons with me.
With anime characters that I like on them.
Yeah, I had them specially printed by Kinko's.
Why?
Because I knew you liked them.
Uh-huh. And, could you explain to me what I see by the fireplace?
That's a cake.
A cake.
Yeah.
Inside my house.
Inside your house.
And not in the kitchen.
Not in the kitchen.
But by the fireplace.
By the fireplace, yes.
We don't
At
even...
this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your living room.
Can I see what it says?
No.
Why?
Come on. Let's go upstairs. I'm sorry, I don't speak moon runes.
What is all this in my room?
What's what?
What?
This is your room. This is how it always is.
Okay, no?
Yes?
The fuck it isn't! What happened to my desk? What did you put here?
It's streamers.
Streamers.
And boxes of conspicuously wrapped boxes.
Streamers.
Yeah.
Like fucking...
Like fucking paper streamers, yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah.
So not like Lily Pichu.
Not like Simple Flips, no.
Not like fucking Bathwater Girl or any other big titty streamer.
Sadly not. No big titty streamers. But doesn't it look festive in here? Just in time for Halloween.
But none of this looks like Halloween decorations at all.
Yes, it does. You just gotta squint a little bit.
If I
Squint a little bit.
I'm looking pretty clearly right now, and this looks like it's for like someone's birthday or something.
What? No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Come
then.
on.
Why does this literally say "Happy Birthday, Dante"?
It must have been a printing error.
A printing error.
Printing error.
Just like how you accidentally threw your certificate into the fire.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Printing error.
All right. Yeah. While you're at it, why don't you go fucking say that your dog fucking typed on your keyboard?
I mean, he does that sometimes. It's really concerning, but
How?
nothing you need to worry about. Don't worry.
Okay, then how about you explain what's this thing on my bed?
The body pillow?
The body pillow.
The body pillow with your favorite Love Live character on it?
Yeah?
Yeah?
You bought me an Umi body pillow?
I bought you a new body pillow.
Yeah, and what is that she's wearing right there?
You know, a very lewd and lascivious piece of lingerie. I figured you'd enjoy that.
Why did you get me a lewd and the lingerie of Umi on my pillow?
Because you're my friend, and I want to give my friends gifts that make them happy.
Even happy on a lewd level, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, I figure we're tight. We're bros. We've been friends for 10 years. We know each other pretty well.
Yeah, maybe a little too well. What's with this fucking band by the living room?
Oh, I mean,
One thing.
ambiance.
Yeah?
The ambiance. A nice band to play a nice tune for a nice visit between two nice friends.
How long are you gonna keep your arm wrapped around me while you try to bullshit your way through this?
As long as it takes, bud.
Jesus
As
Christ.
long as it takes.
Okay, now, explain to me these two girls in my room. My room. You know, where I sleep.
You know, I may have paid them a little.
How much?
A little.
How much is a little?
A little. I'm not going to tell you.
For why? For what?
So you can have a happy regular day.
Happy
regular day.
regular day.
Regular day.
With two women.
With two women.
Like, I didn't even get to have that kind of happy regular day on Valentine's Day. What makes you think I'm gonna believe that this is just any regular day?
I was just waiting for everybody else to get here.
Yeah.
Let's go downstairs.
How many people are coming down here? What?
Surprise!
So it's my so this is a birthday surprise.
Yes!
And you lied to me.
I did.
Straight to my face.
Straight to your face, because we're friends, and I love you, and I want you to have a good surprise birthday.
Gee whiz, Zach, you're gonna make me fucking cry, even though I saw everything for like the past 5 minutes. That's been 5 minutes, I have no idea.
Don't you love it, bud?
Sure.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thanks, buddy.
I love you.
I platonically love you too, Zach.
I platonically love you more.
Great.
Happy birthday, Dante!
Yeah! I knew it from right from the beginning.
He didn't know anything.
Shut up. Scene.
That was interesting.
That was pretty
That
interesting.
was very interesting.
I was ready for you to when we got to the band, I was ready for you to go like, one thing I should excuse me.
I was this close to doing that.
Yeah?
I was this close to pulling a Steamed Hams reference.
I mean, you already did.
I did.
All we just needed was Aurora Borealis in my kitchen or in my fucking room or outside my window.
Hey, that would have been fun.
Yep.
We got a Aurora Borealis outside the window for your birthday. That's something friends do.
Yeah. Friends hire two girls.
Friends hired the Aurora Borealis to look in your window for your birthday.
Friends hire 2 girls in my bedroom.
Yep.
For a normal day.
For a normal friend day.
They get me a body pillow and then they get me the real thing. Yeah. You know, this is like one of those scenes that actually can get as real as it gets, minus the parts that get like a little too unreal, but like that was just pretty real and genuine. I almost said generic, as it can get. You know how genuine it got? It got genuine when my garage door didn't close right away.
That's the truth.
Yep. Fucking hate that thing. Good scene. Good scene. Okay. Good work. Give me that fucking high five.
Hell yeah.
Also, yeah, he was holding on to me in real life the entire time he took me through my house.
That was a lot of fun.
I was waiting for him to. He put his hand out at one point. I was waiting for him to say like friends everywhere, because he looked like he was about to fucking make a Toy Story reference.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh well. Hello, this is your Dante. It's time to update. Beep boop 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 boop. Well, now for the final part of this podcast, we're going to talk about some updates about what's been going on since the month. So, I did finish the rest of Season 1. If you guys have been following me on my social media accounts, which most of you have, you already know this. I've sent out all episode 9, 10, 11, and 12 to the VAs, and thankfully most of them are still with us. I still have to work on episode 12 song, which there are like 2 of them. But other than that, most of everything has been sent out. It's been 2 weeks since I sent out episode 9, and I usually give a 2-week deadline. There's a lot of things going on with some of the VAs, and some of them, need to get an extension, so we're still waiting on lines as of this recording. So, there's all that going on. While that's not been going on, things are still moving at their slow pace, I was picking up on looking at my Resident Evil 1 spood. Last year I did write a little bit for both the PlayStation 1 and the remake. I didn't get too far. I didn't get too far on the remake last year, but I apparently was 12 pages in for the PS1 version, which was going to be a solo spood for me to do, and then on the remake we'll have like an actual voice cast for. And it's looking pretty good. But
when's DMC3 cast version though?
I don't know. So now that Zach has spilled that beans, originally that was going to be a thing, and then I decided that I need to move on first with everything else before I start doing anything. Because otherwise I was doing the same shit with Girly Idols. Mm-hmm. Girly Idols was basically a politically correct version of Manly Idols, right? So if I was doing something like the DMC3 cast version or the Silent My Restless Nightmares Drugs and Gods cast version, it's the same principle. So I'm trying not to spend my time on the same episode, instead just trying to keep making more. Maybe eventually down the line, maybe. Who knows? But right now, I'm mainly focusing on trying to make new content instead of remaking old content.
Nice. Good.
So, to answer that question, that's where I am. So, I haven't really, worked past what the 12 pages I left on Resident Evil 1 Spood, because I was too busy reading it out loud with the delivery I intended to give it, and I've been losing my shit over it, because past Dante clearly knew better than me. I was rewatching the footage I was going to use, and the idea I had then versus the idea I had now versus the one I had then, the one back then was clearly better, because I'm just like, wow, that's stupid and I love it, so we're going to keep that. So I just got to go pick it up again and go from where I left off, and, it's a lot to write since I'm not doing an episode. It's a one-shot. So, yeah. I'm going to hopefully try to get it done within this month, because it'd be cool if I did that within the Halloween. If not, then, Silent Hill fucking came out in November, so, what's holidays? I don't even know. I have school, and I work at a job, so.
Yep.
But, if you do want to help the cause of giving me more time to do stuff and not worry about having a job and stuff, you could always support my Patreon. The prices have been lowered. I have lowered the prices again. I lowered it once. I lowered it again because I recently did try to, be a little more realistic about what I can offer. Because, when I think about Netflix or Amazon Prime, how their services can be offered for $10. I'm like, you know what? True. I'm not really offering too much. So a lot of the prices changed. So, the basic $1 and $5 are still the same, but Bloop Bloop the Whoops have been turned down to 10. Dark Vanderson has been turned to 20, and the special bonus is 25. So a lot of things have gotten a lot smaller. I'm really just hoping to be able to give you guys more content and more time to do it without trying to be unreasonably overpriced, since I'm not really offering too much in this digital entertainment world thingamaboober. So, if you want to, please support and help the cause, help me get out of the jobs, period, so I can just do what I love doing. That should be pretty much it then for the Spoodcast episode 3. Woo! Remember, if you have any suggestions for questions and answers, or anything you want me to do some situational improv about with either myself or a guest, leave that down in the comments. I'm not going to ask for much else otherwise. I won't ask you to I won't ask you to subscribe, I won't ask you to hit the bell that apparently is a thing that I didn't know was a thing that's a thing now. And yeah, so I forgot how to properly end a video. Oh my god!
Thanks for listening. It's been great. And thank you, Dante, for having me on the Spookcasts. It's always a lot of fun to come over here and just, fart around.
He's actually literally farting around. Yep. So, we'll see you guys next month for the next report.
Bye!
Johnny!